Hi, this is Phyllis, and welcome back again to my channel. Today's project is going to be this Natural Elements necklace. The Natural Elements necklace is made from some of the semi-precious items that I purchased at Michael's on a green label ticket. We're going to do some stringing, we're going to do some crimping, we're going to do some opening and closing jump rings. So we're going to learn a lot in today's video. The natural element component is actually the same component that I used to make my natural elements earrings. I'm going to direct you back to that video so that you can learn how to make this component. It's super simple, but you're just going to need to make a desired number of them so that we can put them all together and make the necklace. So if you like this project, please stay tuned for my materials list and I will show you how to make this necklace. Thank you for supporting me. The materials for today's project are shell leaves. The package says shell leaf, and these are like an abalone type leaf, and they are green label that I picked up from Michael's. Shell leaf. Then I will be using some 10mm gray agate beads, and these are also the green label that I picked up from Michael's. I'm going to use 11O seed beads in the palladium color. You can use any brand of seed beads you want. So I'm using 11O and 8O. You can use any brand, it doesn't matter. This color is crystal vitriol. I'll use my wire guardians in stainless steel. I'm going to use my 6-pound fire line in the smoke color. I'm going to use I have a size 11 needle, and I have strung 1 yard of thread on it. This could make a few components, because remember, we're making the focal piece, a focal piece with the components. I'm using my scissors for cutting the fire line, and I'm using my pliers just to squeeze, if I have to use them to squeeze the wire guardians. But really what I need pliers for are when we start putting this all together to make the necklace. I'm using my 15mm toggle clasp and bar, and that's in the stainless steel, and I'm using 10 inches of chain. You can use any chain you want, and you can make it any length you want. I'm using 10 inches of it, but that I have split it in 2 pieces. That's for holding the necklace all together. I'm using some 7mm jump rings, and these are in the stainless steel. I have not put these down. I'm using my 2 pairs of pliers for opening and closing jump rings. I have a pair of cutters here just in case I need to cut my chain, and I have my crimping pliers here, and this is the regular size. I've got my flex wire in a 19 strand for crimping, and I also am using some number 2 Crimp Tubes and my bead board. And that's a lot of materials, but it's gonna be worth it all. So I'm gonna direct you to click the link in the description and go and watch my Natural Elements earring project, and get that all together, get those done, as many of those components you want done for your focal piece, and meet me back here, and we're just going to do a little short video and crimp this stuff all together. See you in a minute. So here we are now. I completed my desired number of components, and they are 7. I wanted an odd number so that I could have like a clear center point. And what I did was I laid my center component right there in the middle, and I put an agate bead on either side. And then as I went, I added 3/8, a component, and an agate, 3/8, a component, and an agate, 3/8, a component, and an agate, and 1/8 seed bead. Let's see, can I get you in here? 1/8 seed bead, and then my crimp tube, and then I passed my wire around the wire guardian and came back through the crimp tube, this 8/0 and several of the beads, and I'm exiting this point. This point right here. I haven't crimped this yet. I'm not ready to do that. I wanted to come on and show you how I strung my beads onto my wire so that I could have a starting point, and I think I am happy with this. So now I'm going to show you all what to do. I've done the same thing on both sides. So over here on this side, I have ended with my 8/0 seed bead and my crimp tube, and I have my wire guardian on the other side, and I'm going to just continue pushing my wire through the wire guardian. And why isn't it moving? Oh, and so that I could tighten up my project. Once I tighten up the project, I will try to get it to my satisfaction, and then I will crimp. Okay. I just have to get to the point where I can pull all of this wire through. And once I get close to my work, I'm going to pull this wire down as far as I can possibly get it, and then I'm going to squeeze my wire guardian. I'm trying not to cover you up, but I'm having trouble. I'm fiddling with this thing. I'm going to squeeze the wire guardian. I should be doing some housework. That's probably why I'm having trouble with this. Squeeze that wire guardian. I'm going to push my my wire through a few of these beads and pull. And then I'm going to get rid of any slack that I have. So I have gotten rid of all of the slack. I think I'm happy. I'm very happy with this focal. I didn't realize it when I was putting these on that the center one was shorter than the rest of them, but that is what we have. So now, since I'm happy with this, I'm going to get my crimping pliers, and I'm going to start with this side here. I don't know if you don't know how to use a crimping plier, but there are 2 divots, a forward and a back. We start off with the back divot, and we place our crimp tube right there in that divot, and we squeeze. And what it does is creates a V. And once you get your V, you turn it, and you put your crimp pliers on the V in this direction, in the front divot and squeeze. Oop, and that creates a secure connection. Very secure. You can't move that at all. You can't move it at all. Then we come over here and we do this side, the same thing. But before that, I just want to make sure I have no slack. I want to make sure that this is as tight as I want it to be. And it is. Then I'm going to take my pliers and go to the back divot and squeeze. Creating my V. I'm going to turn it this way and go into the front divot and squeeze, and that makes a very secure connection. Very secure. I'm so happy with this focal. These the leaves are going to they're gonna be fiddly, they're gonna turn around and around, but once I get it all together and start working on it, massaging them, they will stay the way that I want them to stay. At this point, I have already attached my chain to my toggle bar and my toggle clasp with the 7mm jump rings. I'm just going to have to do the same thing on this side. Now I'm just going to take my jump ring and find the opening. I'm going to take and clamp it in my plier, and I'm going to take my second plier and place it here, and I'm going to twist this open. Once it is twisted open, I'm going to get one of my pieces and I'm going to put the chain on and my focal on and twist this back together. And make sure that you get it as closed as possible by twisting back and forth. This is a stainless steel jump ring, so it is sturdy, and that means you really got to work with it. Done. It's nice and closed. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Find my opening. Get my other plier. Twist it open. I'm going to get my chain. Place my chain on. Actually, for this side, I'm going to place the focal first, and then the chain, and close it up. I'm going to twist back. And that is done. So I have a beautiful necklace that just has to be Just have to refine it. I've got the focal, and I've got 10 inches of chain, and the person who receives this has a very small neck, and I'm not worried about it being too small or too big because she can wear it over her sweaters, things like that. So what I just did now was just to cut off my crimp wire, and this is what we have. This is what we have. So I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me, making my natural elements necklace. I know that I had an extensive materials list, but it was all worth it because look at what we have. This great necklace. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try to make something natural elements. You don't have to use leaves, you can use whatever, something that's a drop, but just try to make some jewelry because it is so satisfying. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all of your support. And if you didn't know, I now have 2,000 subscribers, and I did a giveaway, and the prize is on its way to the winner. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. So long.